Have you ever walked into a room, seen all the mess, and thought, where do I even begin? You're not alone. Clutter builds up quickly, and when you're overwhelmed, it's easy to freeze and do nothing. But here's the good news, you don't need to tackle it all at once. Today, you'll discover 9 simple steps to clear out the chaos without stress. By the end, you'll feel lighter, more in control, and free from the clutter weighing you down. Before starting, remember to subscribe our channel and comment down below, it encourages us to bring new content. Meet Sarah, a 70-year-old retiree who loves her morning coffee ritual. Lately, though, she's felt trapped. Her home, where she's lived for 25 years, is overflowing with stuffed piles of books, clothes she hasn't worn in years, and boxes she's meant to sort but never did. Every time she tries to declutter, she feels overwhelmed and gives up. Sound familiar? But here's the twist, Sarah doesn't stay stuck in her cluttered home forever. She finds a system that makes decluttering simple, quick, and even a bit enjoyable. The secret? It's not about tossing everything, it's about knowing where to start. Step 7 is the game changer, the trick that stops clutter from piling up again. So stick around, because that's coming up. If you've ever felt trapped by clutter, hit that like button, let's declutter together. And if you want more life simplifying tips, subscribe now to make your home a space of peace and freedom. Step 1. Start with just one small win. Ever stared at a messy room and thought, this is impossible? That's how Sarah felt. She'd walk into her dining room, see stacks of old newspapers, unopened mail, and random trinkets covering every surface, and instead of cleaning, she'd sigh, turn around, and leave the mess for another day. Sound familiar? Trying to tackle everything at once is the fastest way to give up. Instead, start small. When Sarah finally decided to declutter, she didn't empty her entire attic or clear her whole dining room. She picked one easy thing, a single desk drawer. It took her just 5 minutes to sort through, toss expired flyers, and organize what was left. Something surprising happened. That tiny win made her feel accomplished, like a spark of motivation. The next day, she tackled another drawer, then a small pile of books. Before she knew it, she had momentum, and decluttering felt doable. Why does this work? Completing a small task releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. Like checking off a to-do list. Each small win tricks your brain into wanting more. Where to start? You don't need to clean an entire room today. Pick one tiny thing, a junk drawer, a pile of old bills, a cluttered shelf in your pantry. The goal, one small win today, no pressure, no stress. What's your clutter hotspot? Sarah's was that desk drawer. What's yours? What's the one messy spot that drives you crazy? Drop it in the comments below. Up next is a simple rule to clear out obvious junk without second guessing. Step 2, the no-brainer toss rule. Ever picked up an old store receipt, a dried-out marker, or a flyer from a shop that closed years ago, only to put it back down thinking, maybe I'll deal with this later? That's what Tom, a 69-year-old retired electrician, used to do. Tom held on to things not because he needed them but because throwing them away felt like a decision he wasn't ready to make. His junk drawer overflowed, his kitchen table was buried in papers, and his garage was a maze of someday items. The truth is, some things don't need a decision, they just need to go. Here's the no-brainer toss rule: if you instantly know something is trash, toss it now. No second guessing, no what if I need this later. If your gut says it's junk, it's junk. One afternoon, Tom had enough. He opened a drawer and found a stack of old flyers, half from businesses long gone. He laughed, realizing he hadn't even noticed them. Instead of putting them back, he tossed them immediately. That sparked something. He moved on to expired warranties, dried up pens, mismatched gloves, and empty containers. No hesitation, no guilt, just instant clutter relief. The moment you toss obvious junk, you feel lighter, less overwhelmed, like a weight lifting off your shoulders. Imagine opening a drawer and seeing only things you use. No digging, no frustration, just calm. Right now, take 30 seconds and look around. Spot something that's obvious trash, toss it. Maybe it's spoiled food in the pantry, a cracked mug, or a charger that doesn't work. What's the weirdest piece of clutter you've found? Share in the comments. Next, we're tackling a big clutter trap and how to break free from it for good. Step 3, the 10-minute declutter sprint. You know that feeling when decluttering feels like a full-time job? Just thinking about sorting through piles can be so overwhelming that doing nothing feels easier. That's how Margaret, a 71-year-old retired librarian, felt. She wanted a tidy home but dreaded spending hours on it, so she'd tell herself, "I'll do it tomorrow." But tomorrow never came until she discovered the 10-minute declutter sprint. Here's the secret: decluttering doesn't have to take all day. Set a timer for 10 minutes and go as fast as you can. You don't overthink, you just move. It tricks your brain into action, no dread, no procrastination. You make visible progress and feel good about it. Margaret set a 10-minute timer, grabbed a bag, and started tossing expired pantry items, junk mail, old receipts. When the timer beeped, she had a bag full of clutter gone. No burnout, no exhaustion, just small, quick wins. Set a 10-minute timer on your phone, pick one small area, your coffee table, a single cabinet, or a pile of papers, and declutter as fast as you can. When the timer beeps, stop. If you're feeling good, do another round later, but even if you don't, you've already won. What's your 10-minute target? What's the first spot you'll tackle? Let me know in the comments. Up next, we're talking about what to do when you're stuck deciding what to keep or let go. Step 4, the 3-second rule for decision making. You pick up an old jacket from your closet. You haven't worn it in years, but doubts creep in, maybe I'll wear it again. It was a gift, I'd feel bad tossing it. What if I regret it? So you put it back, adding to the clutter. This is what happened to Henry, a 73-year-old retired professor. His closet was overflowing, but every time he tried to declutter, he'd second-guess himself, holding old clothes, souvenirs, or broken tools, paralyzed by indecision until he learned the 3-second rule. Here's how it works: if it takes longer than 3 seconds to decide whether to keep something, it probably needs to go. Your gut knows the answer. If you hesitate, you don't really need it. No overthinking, it forces quick, confident decisions and stops clutter guilt. When Henry tried this, he grabbed that old jacket. The second he started debating, he knew he hadn't worn it in years and wouldn't. Instead of putting it back, he donated it. Then he moved to books he'd never read, gadgets he never used, and cleared an entire closet. No stress, no regret, just freedom. Don't let guilt trap you. A gift served its purpose when it made you happy. You don't have to keep it forever. Keeping something you don't use won't bring back the money spent. If it's not adding value, it's just taking up space. Grab one item you've been holding onto forever. Hold it for 3 seconds. If you hesitate, let it go. What's the hardest thing for you to let go of? Share in the comments. Next, we'll tackle a big decluttering mistake and how to avoid it. Step 5. The one-touch sorting system. Ever started decluttering only to move things from one pile to another without getting rid of anything? That's what happened to Clara, a 66-year-old grandmother. She'd tried decluttering for years, making maybe piles items she might keep, donate, or toss. But those piles just sat there, day after day, and nothing left the house. Then she discovered the one-touch sorting system. Here's how it works: make a decision the first time you touch an item. Set up 3 boxes or bags: keep, for items you truly use or love; donate, good condition, but no longer needed; trash, broken, expired, unusable. Pick up an item and sort it immediately, no setting it down to think about it later, no maybe pile. If you hesitate, use the 3-second rule from step 4. When Clara tried this, she started in her bedroom. Old scarves went to donate, dried out nail polish to trash, her favorite sweater to keep. For the first time, things were leaving her home. No more shuffling piles, just fast, easy decisions. This eliminates procrastination, forces real progress, and feels rewarding as you see results right away. Grab 3 bags or boxes, pick a cluttered area, your desk, a bathroom shelf, or a closet corner, and touch each item once to sort it. What's the hardest thing for you to get rid of? Share in the comments. Next, we're talking about a mindset shift that makes decluttering 10 times easier. Step 6. Declutter sentimental items without regret. Some things are easy to toss: old receipts, expired snacks, broken tools. But what about items with memories? That's where Michael, a 74-year-old retired firefighter, got stuck. He'd saved every holiday card, concert ticket, and memento from family vacations. His shelves were packed, but whenever he tried to declutter, he'd pick up a letter from his late brother or a drawing from his kids and think, "How can I throw this away?" Then he learned a trick that changed everything. Keep the memory, not the clutter. Take a picture of sentimental items before letting them go. Create a digital album to revisit memories without physical clutter. Choose 1 or 2 true treasures. Not everything needs to be saved. Michael laid out his old cards, took photos, and created a digital folder. He kept his brother's watch and a drawing from his daughter, letting go of the rest with 0 regrets. The truth is, the love and meaning are in the moments, not the objects. If everything is special, nothing is. Keep only what truly matters to make space for new memories. Find one sentimental item you've been holding onto. Take a picture, then ask, does keeping this add value to my life, or is the memory enough? What's the hardest sentimental item for you to declutter? Share in the comments. Next, we'll talk about stopping clutter from coming back. Step 7. The one in, one out rule. Decluttering isn't just about clearing stuff, it's about keeping it from piling up again. That's where the one in, one out rule comes in. Take Susan, a 68-year-old retired teacher. She cleared her cluttered living room and felt great, but months later, the shelves were full again. Why? She kept bringing in new books, decor, and dishes without letting anything go. Then she made a simple shift: for every new item that came in, one old item had to go. Bought a new scarf? Donate an old one. Got a new novel? Pass one along to a friend. Received a new vase? Say goodbye to one collecting dust. Susan bought a new lamp. She loved, so she donated an old one. After weeks of this, her home stayed clutter-free. This rule prevents clutter from creeping back, makes you mindful of what you buy, and keeps your home organized effortlessly. Look around, is there something new you've added? Pick one old item to let go of. What's one thing you could replace today? Share in the comments. Next, we're tackling the easiest way to clear clutter without lifting a finger. Step 8, the daily 5-minute reset. You don't need hours to keep your home tidy, just 5 minutes before bed. Take David, a 71-year-old widower. Every morning, he'd wake up frustrated. His wallet was missing, his keys buried under papers, the TV remote gone. Clutter was making life harder. One night, he tried a 5-minute reset. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Put things back where they belong, straighten one small area, your entryway, a side table, or your desk. No deep cleaning, no stress. Just resetting your space. At first, 5 minutes seemed too small, but after a week, David always knew where his keys were, his counters stayed clear, and he woke up calm. It became a nightly habit that kept clutter at bay. This stops clutter from building, prevents lost items, and creates control without overwhelm. Tonight, set a 5-minute timer and see how much you can tidy. What's the one thing that always goes missing in your house? Share in the comments. If you're still attached to clutter, the final step will help you let go. Step 9, shift your mindset. Clutter isn't just stuff, it's mental weight holding you back. Every old letter, unused gadget, or pile of clothes you don't wear is like carrying baggage. That's what happened to Patricia, a 73-year-old retiree with a house full of things she didn't use but couldn't part with. One day, she asked herself, am I keeping this out of guilt? Does it bring joy or just take up space? Would I rather have room to breathe? Her home should be a place of peace, not a storage unit. Patricia let go one item at a time. With every donation or trash bag, she felt lighter. She could finally relax in her living room without clutter everywhere. And woke up feeling free. Memories aren't in objects, they're in your heart. Your home isn't a museum of the past, it should be a calm, happy, free space. Imagine waking tomorrow in a clutter-free home, no piles, no overflowing drawers, just peace. Take one small action now, pick one item and let it go. What's one thing you're finally ready to release? Share in the comments. Decluttering doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start small, be consistent, and let go of what no longer serves you. You don't need a bigger house, you need less stuff. Pick one small area and declutter for 10 minutes. Use the no-brainer toss rule for obvious junk and make the 5-minute reset a habit. If this helped, hit like and share it with someone who needs it.